Welcome. This is Astrology Insight Now, a weekly forecast program with astrology and other ways to help you make the most of your week and to heighten confidence for daily life. It's run by Pamela Cuccinell, that's me, the astrologer, and I invite you to find out more about my work at insightoasis.com. I look forward to your joining us every week. Please share with your friends, and here we go.
Okay, so we all got through last week, I hope. Now we're talking about Monday, July 6th, the week of 2026. Wow, this week, so much, well, let's put it this way. Most possibly so much less challenging than last week was. There are lovely aspects in the sky. We are in the waning moon cycle, and yes, Mercury is retrograde. So back to that, we're just paying attention to appointments, computer, clearing files, backing things up, super, super important. Assume nothing with communications, make sure you understand where people are coming from and they understand you. Jupiter is in Leo now, so we're getting a lot of that fire energy coming in about expansion of ideas and really wanting to connect in new ways that are playful and creative. And what else do I need to say? Oh yeah, waning moon cycle, if I haven't said that already. I know I've got the headphones on, but there's a chorus of dogs in the background, so I get a little distracted at times, but I will keep on task. So the moon goes forward, of course, at 1:21 a.m. It is in the sign of Pisces in the wee hours of Monday the 6th. And what happens when the moon's void, of course, for those who don't listen regularly, is that it's best not to start anything new. You can work on projects already in motion and kind of clean up, get ready for the next energy arc. And so we've got a void, of course, moon in Pisces morning, Eastern time. And I think that can be very sweet for just sort of inner focus, doing what needs to get done, and kind of in a chill mode of possibilities. I mean, the moon in Pisces void, of course, is kind of in a nice float zone. It just really enjoys being in the netherworld and not feeling a lot of push or aggression or things have to get done. Because when the moon's in Pisces void, of course, it's in that lovely place of just knowing all will be, all will be. And so the important piece of when we're in a state of just being present and aware is to allow the tranquility to take us where we need to go. There is a picture in the sky in the early morning between Sun square Saturn, and so this can show a chafe or a sense of, do we have things in place to carry out what needs to be carried out? You can observe that, see what it is, and say to yourself, okay, once the moon goes into the next sign, in this case Aries at 11:07 a.m., then I will address that and take care of what needs to happen so that it can follow through and get done in the way that I desire. In other words, if something comes up in that void period that seems like, oh, this isn't going to work the way I'd planned, just observe it and then adjust once the moon goes into the next sign. If you can't wait, then don't force it. Pay attention to how it seems to need to happen and trust that that's the way it will happen, or you will be able to adjust it once the moon is in Aries. Wow, powerhouse day at this point. Aries is a fire sign, it's cardinal, it wants to start, and boy, does it really want to start. Remember, waning moon cycle, Mercury retrograde. So, okay, we're starting, we're moving, we are electric, and it's happening, but you want to pay attention. You're racing along, but leave a sense of adaptability if the connection isn't happening, the train is not going where you wanted it to go, and you will be able to keep working it. There's a tremendous kind of joyous burst about this day that I really enjoy. So do not overtax if you're not a incredibly athletic person or go person. Just know that however you're working it and doing it, it's going to unfold. The important thing is to stay on the goal, the vision, the place where you want to move and make things happen. Neptune is going retrograde, and this happens at 6:55 a.m. on the 7th. Many of us may notice nothing, but basically, it's a signal that for those of us who do a lot of dream work or uh, spiritual deep dives, shamanic work, creative work, this is a time when we may be following trails or trails or different directions than we have in the past, or we're going over old material in new ways. It's a reflective time and a reminder that when we have the luxury, which we ideally give ourselves at least once a day, of that kind of interior check-in, that there is so much information there. Whether we are conscious of it or not, we are able to tap into things that give us a refresh, a visioning that is available to us when we take the time to dive into it. So these are highly productive days, Monday and Tuesday. The moon goes void, of course, at 2:42 p.m. on Wednesday the 8th, but basically from late morning until that late morning on Monday the 6th until that point in time on Wednesday, I just see the ability to to kind of do a restart. So waning moon cycle, Mercury retrograde, really, really good energetically for if we want to look at a project already in motion with kind of new eyes, fresh perspective. And that can be something you've been working on for years. It may be a project that has a finish line, but it's valuable to kind of give it that fresh perspective and kind of new spin that can really brighten it and allow a lot of freedom of movement over these couple of days. So the moon 2:42 p.m. on Wednesday, the 8th, void of course, and then it enters Taurus at 4:31 p.m. that day. The more good days. What can I say? The thing that is of note on Wednesday is that it may not feel easy at first, this good day thing Pam is talking about, because Taurus is it's Earth, it's what we call fixed. So it's one of the signs that sustains the season. And in Taurus, it's okay, it's fixed Earth. That's like as all the fixed signs are, we call them stubborn to a point because they want to do things the way they want to do it. And Taurus has to be the most so, the most, this is how I'm doing it. I'm going ahead. I don't care what you say. You can talk all you want, but this is the direction in which I'm going. And so that can be energetically part of what's going on. But the reality is, late afternoon, early evening on Wednesday is new things come in, new opportunities, ways of seeing that are expansive. And even if it's expansive, sometimes that Taurus sense of I'm on the path, this is the direction, it won't even look. And it behooves us to look. And so this is back to what I talk to a lot, especially when Mercury's retrograde. It's a lot about listening. All right. So listen. If someone's telling you, I know you take the A train to get here, but there's been a derailment or they're working on the train, or maybe it's better if we do this. Um, it's important to listen to whatever may be coming up, giving information, because otherwise you will get stuck. And as the evening continues, some of us may indeed get stuck because even if we were able to do whatever it was we needed to do in the earlier evening, as the evening progresses, there can be a sense of I am feeling forced or limited or um, disempowered in ways that are not comfortable. And that may be coming from someone else outside of us, or it may be something within us. A classic example when I talk about power struggles within us is someone who, someone who wants to lose weight and yet, stops in an ice cream store on the way home, or someone who knows that she should not drink and because she's got a work crunch the next day and okay, I'll have another when she's out with friends. So it's that kind of, it feels like something is forcing us not to not to do something we think we want to do, but it's also within us because in its purity, if there's something we want to achieve that's bigger than whatever the desired thing is or the obsessive thing or that just this one time is, we're not really tapping in to that piece of ourselves that says, I'm the one who has the power and is making this decision. It's not happening outside of me. It's my power, my decision. And so it's the shift when a person is able to say, it's not that I'm being, how to put this? It's not that something is being taken away from me because I can't do that. But I am giving myself something that I haven't really been able to do before because of family habits or early childhood or perceived way that I thought I was taking care of myself. I'm learning new ways to do that. Anyway, so this can be a very, very strong period for pushing through an old alliance. It could be, that old relationship that texts you late at night and you're like, oh no, you kidding me? I don't I mean, that's another piece. I mean, do I want to respond? Is this person really important to me? Oh, there's a loving gesture, but is it? it's that kind of where is my power? Where is my certainty? And sometimes when we're confused and pulled apart, the best thing we can do is step away and say to ourselves, I need to get clear to understand what is it I want and what is it that's a habit, an obsession, an old tape, an old story that I don't want to identify with anymore. Who am I without this old story, this old habit? Well, you're the essence of the divine. I mean, we all are. But that sometimes just seems so overwhelming. We can't embrace it, which is why it's valuable to go to that quiet place, turn off the noise, listen to whatever music or white noise takes you to a space of tranquility and peace, and just be. So on the 9th, we are clear of that, whatever possible power struggle or push pull may have come up for some of us the day before. And once we're clear, we're in this lovely space of just, let's just do it. Let's just make the connections. Let's do the beauty, the creativity, the connections, the pay attention, make sure you really are connecting, that people are hearing what you're saying and follow through. You know, did you hear what I said? Well, you don't say it like that, but how is what I'm saying hit you, or is this making sense to you? Are you reading this correctly? And just continue the dialogue. Friday the 10th, the moon goes void of course at 6:13 a.m. and it does not enter the next sign, Gemini, until 6:42 p.m. So that's basically an all-day moon in the sign of Taurus, which the moon is very happy in the sign of Taurus, void of course. Remember, moon is exalted in Taurus. So make sure you're somewhere doing something that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you feel you're able to focus. If you are able to be in nature or in a comfortable home or space, wonderful, because you're just gonna rock the day and have it be one that feels safe, productive, and able to focus on whatever it is your focus may be, whether it's just restorative, therapeutic, or getting that project off your desk that you're just determined to finish. Super productive day. The only thing I would mention is evening may be a little emotionally bumpy for some of us. If you're born with a moon Venus challenge, it may ripple back a sense of I'm I'm not feeling 100% comfortable in this. I'm doing what feels like it's what I want to do, but I'm not necessarily feeling like I've got, my stomach is full. So an analogy is you want to go to this concert or the movie or meet a friend or do whatever it is you want to do, but there's no time to eat. And so that is the kind of situation that can come up with a sense of I'm I'm doing what I want, but oh, you know, I could really use a meal that was more than popcorn. So just be aware of, not the worst thing in the world. It passes by 9:10 p.m. Eastern time. And then that Gemini moon is just kind of cooking along because it went into Gemini at 6:42 p.m. And it's just cooking along to kind of excite, share ideas, lots of conversation. And the thing that's really sweet about this evening into the next day, when the moon goes void, of course, at 6:11 p.m., is that oftentimes when the moon's in Gemini is ideas may be popping, a lot going on, a lot of conversation. I mean, people who listen to me a lot have probably heard I have a lot of friends with who are Geminis or moon in Gemini. My father was a Gemini. I have absolutely no problem following that kind of ping pong way of thinking. And then, oh, we came back and then we're going there and we're here. I mean, Gemini does get teased a lot about being like, where are they? What are they talking about? I'm lost. But it is a very fast moving way of thinking and being excited by ideas, concepts, new things. And it certainly isn't boring. But the thing I love about Friday evening into Saturday all day until the early evening is that there's a lot of ability to bring it together. So ideas are being thrown out and the support system is there. So if you're wrapping something up, if you're trying to, I mean, if you're a team and you're sort of like, okay, we're going to get this thing off the ground and move it away, or we're going to finish it and then it's going to be wrapped up, or how do we get this concept where we want to be, or how do we deliver it, or even if it's just you thinking about, how do I make this figure out my travel plans or bring everything together in the way I want to, keeping in mind Mercury's retrograde, so you're not necessarily making those reservations right now unless you absolutely have to, but you're just kind of mapping it out, figuring out how it goes. The structure does fall into place. So it's a tremendously productive period of time for when ideas are banged around. The phrase brainstorming really does coalesce and is able to concretize and make something um, that is strong. That's, can be certainly can be tweaked, but it's not pie in the sky. It has a lot of texture to it. Moon void, of course, 6:11 p.m. Saturday. Void, of course, Gemini, Saturday night. Have fun, have good conversations, play, just be silly, whatever you want to do to just knock off, but don't take anything too seriously after that. The moon goes into the sign of Cancer at 6:46 p.m. on Sunday. So it is void, of course, all day Sunday. Um, really important to be aware of in the sign of Gemini. So I would just say this is a play day. If you know kids, if you're hanging out with little ones, super fun, or just enjoy a sense of play board games, cards, walk, bicycle, do things that are just, it's just a day to take it in and not push too hard. When the moon goes in the sign of Cancer, then it will be heading towards that new moon that happens on Tuesday. So we're in the uh, dark of moon period. And I just consider this a lovely evening for refreshing, tapping into the dream world, the relaxation world, the thinking about what it is you need to slough off, move into new directions with, anything you might have to figure out, no, finish up mentally or emotionally, or energetically before you enter that next lunar cycle. and to give yourself time to recharge. And always, 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 I think of this period as, if I've decided I'm not doing this project, or I'm shelving this, or I'm moving away from that, you're basically in a compost period. It's just whatever you learned from it, whatever it gave you, you're letting it go into a state of true transition to take you to the next phase, wherever that may be.
You have been listening to Astrology Insight Now. Please share with your friends, and if you'd like to make a donation, you can do so at astrologyinsightnow.com. Have a stellar week, and we hope to see you next time.